What's going on, everybody? It's Javelin and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to dive deep into the Minnesota Vikings defense and their new defensive coordinator, Brian Flores. This is no ordinary story. It's a dramatic shift in defensive philosophy and strategy that's bringing in some much needed change to the Twin Cities. After their performance against the 49ers on Thursday, it's time to start talking about them as a real force to be reckoned with. First things first, let's talk about the man himself, Brian Flores. His journey from being a scout in the New England Patriots front office to a Super Bowl winning defensive play caller in 2018 is a well-documented one. He then took the helm as a head coach of the Miami Dolphins, where he turned a talent-deficient team into a defensive powerhouse. Under Flores' guidance, the Dolphins' defense transformed from being dead last in EPA per play in 2019 to a remarkable 6th in 2020 and 2021 combined. Their improvement was mirrored in DVOA rankings, with Miami's defense ranking 11th and 10th in 2020 and 2021, respectively. This is a significant leap from the lackluster Vikings defense of 2022, which ranked 16th in EPA per play and 27th in DVOA. After a slew of controversies with the Dolphins' ownership, Flores was brought on as a defensive assistant for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2022, which brings us to his hiring by the Minnesota Vikings to begin the 2023 season. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what makes Brian Flores' defense unique. Flores' scheme is a stark contrast to the Vic Fangio-style defense that the Vikings ran last year. Flores favors man coverage, a concept that the Vikings used sparingly under Ed Donatel. But this isn't just your conventional cover 1 or cover 2 man. No, this is cover 0, send the house, make you get the ball out quickly man coverage. According to Pro Football Reference, the Vikings have blitzed 56% of the time in 2023. The Patriots and Giants at 45 and 41% respectively are the only other teams above 40%. The results have been mixed through the first 6 weeks. In Week 7, the Vikings defense showcased what they can be when operating at a high level. They held Brock Purdy to his worst performance of the year, where he threw 2 costly interceptions as a direct result of Minnesota's aggressiveness. During his opening press conference for the Vikings, Flores emphasized aggression as a core tenet of his defense. And he's not bluffing. Flores unleashes blitzers from various positions at seemingly any moment. Linebackers, safeties, and corners are all fair game. He loves to mug linebackers and defensive backs on the line of scrimmage, creating uncertainty about who will blitz and who will drop into coverage. This aggression aims to create favorable matchups for his pass rushers and put more pressure on the opposing offensive line. One of Flores' favorite tactics is the use of stunts. These are deceptive plays where defenders swap responsibilities to confuse offensive linemen. By running stunts, Flores aims to create free rushers and disrupt the offensive rhythm. It's a departure from the conventional, and it keeps opposing quarterbacks on their toes. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and like if you've enjoyed this video so far. It really helps my channel gain exposure in the YouTube algorithm, and I genuinely appreciate all of your support. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, let's talk about coverage. Flores runs an array of coverages, but he particularly favors man coverage, often referred to as cover 1. He also employs the principles of man-match coverage, a system developed by Nick Saban when he worked under Bill Belichick. Additionally, his defense frequently uses cover 3. Of course, Flores isn't one to shy away from cover 0. In fact, it's becoming his bread and butter in Minnesota. They haven't just been banging their head against the wall, however, as Flores employs a multitude of adjustments and disguises to his coverages to keep opposing quarterbacks guessing. For example, he may bring a safety off the edge, drop a D lineman into his zone, all while a linebacker blitzes on the same side to block the quarterback's throwing lane. The unpredictability of Flores' aggressive scheme keeps offensive lines guessing. With blitzers coming from different positions at different times, it's challenging for opposing offenses to pinpoint who will blitz and from where. This chaos can cause havoc in the quarterback's head and put them under immense pressure, leading to mistakes and turnovers. In conclusion, Brian Flores brings a breath of fresh air to the Minnesota Vikings defense. His aggressive, man-coverage heavy scheme and creative use of blitzes is emerging as a game-changer for the Vikings. It's a departure from the predictable and conservative approach of 2022, and it's a move that excites fans and analysts alike. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into what Brian Flores can bring to Minnesota. If you like this analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time for some more in-depth football discussions.